Today I would like to share an experience that I have gone through. I hope to help others with what I have had to learn the hard way through emotional, physical, spiritual, social, and financial consequences. I also would share what I have learned through many weeks of classes, truthful self-reflection, interviews with many other people that have also gone through similar events, and also many books and articles. Hopefully by sharing my story, I would contribute back to families in some way, and to aid in breaking the cycle and pain and suffering caused by domestic violence. Many of us may think that when we hear the words domestic violence, that there must be some hitting involved, maybe some black eyes, bruising, or bloodshed. That's not necessarily true. There are so many other forms of domestic violence, also known as DV. As a matter of fact, it usually starts much more subtly than hitting or other extreme forms of DV. For example, by simply scowling your face, raising your arms, raising your voice, hitting inanimate objects, breaking things, making threatening statements, driving erratic, taking a person's phone, even threatening to harm to oneself are all forms of DV. Usually DV starts off with subtle forms of violence, and over time, if left unchecked, with no help such as counseling, education, intervention, etc., it may escalate. Statistics do show that in a large percent of the cases that alcohol and drugs are involved. In most cases, there has been DV in the family for generations. Unfortunately, we learn from what we have seen in our own families. Another terrible part is that even though we may have thought it was horrible what we witnessed as a child, when we are put into high stress situations in our own lives, many years later sometimes, we may resort to what we have witnessed. It is only by exposing the truth, not denying it, educating ourselves and others, may we begin to break down the walls and loose the chains of DV. We are bombarded with so much violence on our TVs and in movies, much of which actually depicts and condones domestic violence. As I have mentioned before, the cycle of DV repeats itself. Its damaging effects in a family are catastrophic. Not just the physical, but more devastating are the emotional and psychological damage to the entire family dynamic. Another aspect of the collateral damage that I see today is that in our justice system, they tend to just lock up, imprison the men and women involved, which in most cases just furthers the damage. The children then lose their father or mother, which not only furthers the emotional and physical damage, but also causes financial destruction. I am in the belief that there should be more of a proactive role of the family in the form of counseling, intervention, and education. In most cases that I see, a peaceful and beneficial reunification could be achieved if everyone worked together with love, mercy, grace, and forgiveness. Together we can all work together to help end the violence, one family at a time. My hope and prayer is that through my personal sufferings of loss, and through what I have also so painstakingly learned, that I may contribute in that quest. May God bless you.